Today, I'm in Birmingham at the Royal Haskellane DHV office to interview Ed Burgess from Rightmove. Enjoy watching. Hi, Ed. Great to have you along today. Can you start by telling us about your role and Rightmove?
Sure. Yeah, so hi, I'm Ed Burgess, a Strategic Account Manager at Rightmove. I work in the Data Services team. I've been at Rightmove for over 15 years. And essentially I work with some of the largest banks and lenders, surveyors, financial institutions and estate agents across the country. We provide data analytics tools and services across a wide range of property industries in the UK.
Yeah, so interesting. Most people probably know Rightmove from doing property searches. Your website, after all, is one of the most visited in the UK for sure. How does the data services division that you work in differ from that?
Yeah, so most people, obviously it's a household name, everyone will be familiar with Rightmove from a website perspective. But yeah, from a data side, obviously there's a load of information flowing through Rightmove. So all of that property information and data we're sort of capturing at its most granular level. So as I say, we work with banks, lenders, surveyors, anyone who has an interest in residential property across the UK. We provide, utilising that data that we're sort of capturing through the website, we provide data and analytics, valuation tools, and kind of additional support to their businesses where they need property data.
Okay, and how do you work with Twin?
Yeah, so the partnership with Twin, obviously, as I say, Rightmove, we specialise in property data and sort of valuation data in the UK. But one of the, I guess, areas, particularly with banks and lenders, because we work with some of the largest there's been a shift probably over the last 18 months to 2 years in terms of regulatory requirements, legislative changes where they've needed to shift their focus not only from the valuation side of things into climate change data and sort of analytics. So we've been working with Twin for a number of years, bringing in that sort of additional sort of expertise and insight from a climate risk perspective to support our customer sort of requirements there.
So how does the partnership actually work in practice? So what are you actually bringing to the banks that you work with? What are they looking for?
Yeah, so where at the moment we provide those banks with valuation services. So we have like an automated valuation model. So we'll use that to help them value, new properties that they're bringing on, but also their existing sort of portfolio of properties. But as part of that process, working alongside Twin, we're also bringing in that climate change data and analytics alongside their portfolio, but increasingly at the sort of front end where they're originating new properties, starting to factor in, not just the valuation element, but also the climate risk data and analytics into that journey. So that's why the partnership, works really well as a sort of a strong proposition, because we don't have that expertise, but our customers need that data as part of their process. So that's why we've sort of partnered up.
So I suppose the banks are not only getting the idea of risk within their portfolio of assets, but also on opportunities to take on more risk, really, with like flood risk to properties and actually being able to price it effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the challenges at the moment is how to interpret that data. So what does it mean? So flood risk, coastal erosion, subsidence, trying to interpret that data within their book of properties and understanding what's their overall risk profile, where do they want to be, where do they want to get to, and helping shape their sort of strategies and lending policies around the kind of the underlying risk.
And have you seen any added value from Ambiental becoming part of Royal Haskellane DHV, and what ways has that manifested itself?
Yeah, I think the partnership as a whole has been really strong. I think we pride ourselves on having market leading data and providing that market leading data to our customers. They expect the best from us, and where we don't have that expertise and that knowledge, we want to partner up with other companies such as Twin where they've got that sort of, experience, knowledge and expertise. And, I guess like-minded and aligned organisations where, we can sort of collaborate and work, collectively to provide our customers with the best solutions.
Is there anything that gives us maybe the edge on our competitors?
Yeah, I think the key reasons we work with Twin are sort of easy to collaborate with. So yeah, that kind of working relationship with our customers, easily sort of onboarding Twin into those conversations. So where you've got that kind of knowledge and expertise, bringing that in to support our customers where they've got sort of questions and they need additional sort of support. Quality of the data, I think, is really important. So yeah, as I say, we pride ourselves on the quality of the data we give back to our customers. So working with another company who does the same is really important. And I think value for money. As I say, we're never going to be in a world where our expertise is climate modelling and sort of forecasting, but actually where we can provide that service to our customers where they've got that need, it works really well and is a strong sort of proposition from us.
That's interesting. So the marketplace has faced enormous challenges with COVID and the security risks and regulatory. What main challenges do you see the market that you're working with facing?
Yeah, I think probably the main challenges that we've seen last year, obviously the mini budget, there's quite a significant fallout as a result of that. Some real sort of pressure and changes in the market. I think our customers, particularly banks and lenders, have had increasing pressure on sort of mortgage affordability, the cost of living crisis. It's had some real impact on sales activity and the market. So we're seeing that demand is not as strong as it has been, and sales activity is still okay, but it's under a bit of pressure. So that is a big challenge for our customers. I think equally, all things around sort of the green agenda, energy efficiency, retrofitting properties and climate risk, that those are becoming more and more important from a consumer perspective, but also our customers. So yeah, the challenge is supporting our customers with the right information, the right data to help them navigate those challenges.
And do you think Twin can help you combat those challenges?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're already doing that at the moment. I think one of the particular sort of issues or challenges our customer face is how they interpret that data. So, what does that sort of climate risk, whether it's today or in the future, what does that really mean? And how can they, how can they build that into their sort of day-to-day process? And I think, as I say, working sort of alongside Twin, helping our customers, really sort of unpick and understand what that data means and how they can sort of utilize it within their processes and their sort of lending policy and strategy is really important. I think continued support from Twin is really valuable there.
There's massive talk about the rapid progress of ChatGPT and other AI innovations. How do you see that or other things impacting the market in the next 10, 15 years?
Yeah, I think we're already seeing it now. To be fair, I think AI, machine learning, sort of new technology, I think is sort of already part and parcel. Within the Rightmove automated valuation model, we've already got sort of AI and machine learning sort of built into it. So I think as particularly our customers, so banks and lenders, where they've got increasing appetite for data, and they're looking for efficiencies in terms of speed of response to customers, cost, and just trying to make the right decisions quicker, and automate those decision processes while also managing and maintaining their risk. I think all of that technology, so AI, and sort of machine learning and innovation is going to continue to push the space forward. And I think particularly where we've got these sort of upcoming challenges around retrofit of the existing property stock, energy efficiency, green finance options, I think, that is going to need to be supported by data, AI, technology, machine learning, and just as much information as possible.
And then finally, to finish up, what are your personal objectives looking to the nearer future now? What's on your horizon?
Yeah, so I think my role has probably changed quite a bit over the last 18 to 24 months. I think we've seen a shift in I guess customer need into that sort of climate change data analytics space. Additional support on understanding energy efficiency and retrofit. So I think that's a particular area of focus for me. I think the partnership we have with Twin, as I say, not one person has all of the answers to these questions. So I think where we can collaborate and sort of combine our expertise and data and knowledge with people like Twin and others to help support these challenges that are coming up, I think is really important and is something I'm focusing on. I think already we've got sort of wind data and wildfire data coming on stream soon because of customer requirement and need. And I think the future obviously is looking strong in terms of our continued collaboration to deal with the challenges that are coming up.
Okay, sounds like exciting stuff. Thanks for coming along. We're really proud of our partnership with Rightmove, I have to say, and we look forward to working with you more in the future.
Thank you very much.